Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I came across with a very interesting article that I want to share with you here. Malaysia is the second most dangerous ASEAN country to walk alone at night. So the keyword here is walk alone at night. Right, so what does it telling? And first of all, right, I think many countries are facing the same issue as well, not only in Malaysia. But okay, there's a survey done by this company and there's a report here as well. Okay, let's click and see what this report trying to say. And here, right, okay, there's like a map, a world map. Basically, the higher number, like the safer the country is. So the percentage who feel safe walking alone at night where they live. Okay, so this is a world map, and let's try to zoom in and check out Malaysia. Okay, it's 58% here. Okay, how legit is this data? Nobody knows. Right, 58% is actually barely more than half. And even some other countries, right, like for example Indonesia, our neighbors, is 83% feel that the country is safe to walk alone at night. And for a country like Cambodia and even for Laos, Cambodia is 62%. That's even higher than Malaysia. And the Philippines is 64%. And some other country outside of ASEAN like China is 94%. And Japan is 78%. Although I feel that Japan should be safer than China because Japan is so safe. Right? But in China, right, CCTVs are everywhere. So that's why you can see people are just feel safe because they are just strictly regulated for the security. Okay, can't deny that. But the thing is that from this world map, right, and also this report, I saw 2024. So I'm not sure how legit is this data, and I'm not sure this is referring to the date that they posted or is the data based on last year. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. What it matters is that basically this survey was carried out based on a pool of respondents. So this is what we have been doing when we want to do survey. Okay, it can be having different kind of perceptions, and it really depends on how the company or the people who are doing survey to try to minimize the biases when it comes to collecting data. And from here, right, it mentioned Malaysia was ranked 100 out of 150 countries for the safest country to walk alone at night, meaning that Malaysia is the second least safe among Asian countries. So after Myanmar, right? So do you think Cambodia, Laos is safer compared to Malaysia? So I'm not quite sure about this, but I do remember last time I went to Indonesia, I went to Surabaya alone. Okay, it's a solo trip and went to Surabaya, and I found it to be quite scary as well after like 8:30 at night. So when I tried to walk alone at the area, at the street there, the main street, and I found it to be quite scary as well. So don't talk about those areas that are a bit like outskirts, because in some areas like I went to Medan, Indonesia, Medan. So especially at night after 8 p.m, you will see that many areas are quite dark. So the reason is that I don't know what happened. They want to save electricity. I'm not quite sure about that because most of the areas, right, the lighting is not strong enough. So when you are taking Grab, right, you feel like, oh, it's very dark along the way until you reach a certain place or town. Like there are few shops operating, right? Then there's a place to see. There are a lot of lights there. Maybe it's just my personal opinion as a tourist from Malaysia to go to Indonesia. But I think this is the main thing that's happening not only in Malaysia, but many countries as well. So this is actually a perception. Okay, here I mentioned 58%, right? As I show from the map just now, 58%. So there's also a very interesting study about the gap between the gender. So in Malaysia, like you see like huge gap between genders. So okay, here it mentions that Malaysia, right, is 38%. Here in Malaysia, 36%, right, of female think that it's safe to walk alone at night. So for the male, right, is 79%. So the gender gap is 43%. Right, so it's quite high. In fact, it's one of the highest in the world. And a lot of females feel that it's not safe to walk alone at night, which can be quite true because all my surrounding friends, we don't encourage them to walk like alone at night, especially for females, because it can be quite dangerous, and especially those areas that you can't find any lights and so on. Okay, and also Singapore topped the list both globally and regionally. And of course, okay, I've been saying in Singapore for almost 3 years, so I can tell you that it's true. Like Singapore is so damn safe that in fact you don't have to worry about your security. Right, it's so safe. Right, so it's one of the best countries to live in terms of safety for Singapore. Okay, so what do you think about this survey? And recently there are a lot of tourists coming to Malaysia to visit Malaysia, right? And next year there's a Visit Malaysia 2026. So it's very important to take care of the image as for Malaysia as a place that is safe for tourists. Okay, that's why I think government had to take note of this. If let's say, right, this survey is true especially for females, it might actually give a negative perceptions for female tourists who are coming alone here as solo backpackers and so on. Okay, those are things that the government has to fix it, and it's very important to take care of the safety of tourists and also, of course, us ourselves locals. And last time I used to stay in JB, and I found that some areas at night I won't go. I won't walk alone also. And usually for locals, we drive, and we just don't purposely go to a place that's darker, like remote, or you can't find any people here. They just go there, just to take photos or what. No, I won't do that because it can be not. It wouldn't be that safe actually. Okay, so and it could also because of perceptions and the locals might feel that it's not safe. Alright, in fact, some areas are safe, but just that maybe it's not safe because nowadays people have to be careful. There are quite a lot of cases, like kidnapping cases and so on, right? Especially for females. Okay, even in our own country and Malaysia as well. So what I think about this, and I'm very interested to know about your opinion about Malaysia. Is Malaysia like second most dangerous country to walk alone at night? Okay, please leave a comment down below as well, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And see you in the coming videos. Bye.